Hey guys, welcome in. Real excited here. It's not often that you get to talk to a legend because usually when people use that word, they're dead. This guy's not dead. Bill Krackomberger joins us, one of the best, one of the most respected, one of the best guys you will ever meet in Vegas, and he joins us here on the Miami Acura Hotline. And Bill, first and foremost, brother, thanks for taking the time out. I know you're all over the place. You're big. You know, you got Showtime shows. You got your own thing going on, brother. I appreciate you taking the time to hang with us here today.
No, anytime. And some people say that sometimes about a legend. I don't consider myself a legend by no means. Legends are guys like Jimmy Vaccaro and guys like Bob Martin in the business. I mean, I'm just a sports bettor. Got a little bit lucky and try to help people out with some knowledge and things that I've learned off my 25+ year career. But thank you. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I love it, bro. Yeah, most legends are dead, but not you, man. You're a legend in these parts. And as sports betting grows, bro, and you've been in it a long, long time. You've seen where it started, when you got into it to where it is now. And, I mean, hell, just look at the East Coast now. Jersey's been fighting forever to be able to get legalized sports betting in their state. They have it. And now we saw in 1 year, Bill, all of a sudden now the handle – for the first time, it's not Vegas being the king. Although Vegas did pretty good, actually outdid their own numbers, Jersey has passed them, at least for 1 month anyway. And now I'm hearing the demise of Vegas, man. That's it. Vegas is done. It's not what it used to be. I don't know. Is Vegas in trouble, or is it still going to be the center of what the sports betting universe is in this country?
Well, what people don't realize is that this is actually showing people across America in these new jurisdictions that never bet on sports before. It's actually showing them and introducing them to sports betting. So that actually is going to benefit Vegas in the long run. And just like you said, even though New Jersey surpassed Nevada last month, it didn't matter because Nevada still broke their own month record from the previous year. So that shows me that absolutely Vegas is not dead. And now people that have learned sports betting in their own jurisdictions, they're going to come out to Vegas, for the bigger events, maybe March Madness, Super Bowl, that kind of thing. I was in Atlantic City, for the Super Bowl because of the different sports books there, and there's a lot of good opportunities to bet on. But yet it wasn't Vegas. It wasn't the Vegas-like feel. I've been in Vegas 15 years straight for Super Bowl, and the excitement, everything that's going on, the betting. There wasn't that type of atmosphere in Atlantic City. I was at DraftKings at resorts, and it just wasn't even. And then I popped over to Ocean's William Hill. It just wasn't the same atmosphere. So, I think Vegas will actually benefit from it eventually, even though New Jersey has a ridiculous amount. I think it was $318 million, something like that, bet for that month, and 80% of it's on the app, so they're really ahead of the game, and I think that will be hurt a little bit more. I think it will be cut into a little when New York finally smartens up, and they just had their chance to. Instead, they only did certain casinos upstate, like Catskills or whatever, So 8 miles away from New York City is the Meadowlands, and they're drawing a lot of that business from New York, so. It's an interesting thing that when it does happen, what New Jersey will do to have that player retention. And right now they lead the way because of their bonuses and their boosts.
Right.
These sports books in Jersey all offer, not all of them, but most of them offer these boost bets that are positive EV, expected value. So if you live in that jurisdiction, they're literally handing you money to play with them right now.
Yep.
Because they know you're going to gamble on other things too. They realize that. It's not just going to be a bunch of bonus whores coming in and taking the bonuses and running. But New Jersey leads the way. I mean, these sports books, even when I was there for the Super Bowl, I actually deposited in a bunch of different sports books, and I picked up $3,250 in bonus money before I even started.
Right.
Now, you can't give Bill Krackomberger a $3,200 head start I'm going to win anyway. So that's just extra money. I mean, overall I'm going to win. I mean, we have losing.
So,
weeks, but
it's shocking to me, Bill. Isn't that what it's all about, though, when sports books compete, and this is a good lesson for everybody in the future here, when sports books are competing, you and I, the better, we win, don't we, ultimately?
Without a doubt. I mean, you could just go right now, even now. I think August will be a good month in Jersey if you're going to get sign up for some sports books. I mean, they give you $500 just to join. I mean, I literally deposited $1,000 and I got $500 at one book. I deposited, PointsBet has $1,000 free still. They give you. FanDuel and DraftKings both give you bonuses. I think Sugar House is giving $250 for free. I mean, they're just giving you money, and plus the booster bets are amazing.
Yep.
I mean, it's really, and you know what? Nevada is going to have to start doing that too, because these sports books that are in New Jersey that aren't in Nevada yet, they're coming here. Don't worry. These sports books they're actively, aggressively trying to get into Nevada, and when they do, they're going to offer the 105 juice, because that's a big thing. That's even better. People want to get a bonus. Well, the best bonus you can get is losing less when you lose. So there's a couple sports books there, PointsBet being one. They charge 105 on the NBA, 105 on NFL.
Crazy.
I mean, where would you? What are you going to do? You're going to lay 105 or 110? I mean, it's common sense, So I can't wait for those. There's two companies that I can't wait for them to come into Nevada, because we need that kind of competition. Now we have. The leader here in that kind of reduced juice and stuff has to be the South Point. South Point, they have 105 juice. They have some promotions where they have the lowest hold on money lines. So we have that here a little bit, but we need more than one to force others into doing that. So.
And let me ask you about the different coastal biases, Bill, because I've seen this here a few times on some of the future bets. For instance, Toronto doesn't get Kawhi. On the East Coast in the books, they went from 10-1 to 30-1, 25-1, 31, 35. The damn Westgate's got him at 80, 85-1. Now, I get it. Maybe in Nevada, they're not. You're not going to get a whole lot of Toronto money coming in anyway. But I got to think that's going to be a larger issue moving forward. These coastal biases with these books all of a sudden comes into play too, doesn't it? For the better.
Well, for sure, you're going to see. Just like you've seen last season, you will see the coastal bias, the Philadelphia bias in Atlantic City. But, right. I mean, that was really before the Philly got the books. Pennsylvania has a couple sports books now. But you would see there's so much money coming in on the Eagles that they're forced to overmove the line. So the value is just betting against those coastal teams people that are there. I mean, even in Vegas now, you'll see during the prime seasons, people love betting on the Patriots, no matter what. They love betting. Even America's team, even like the Cowboys or certain teams, the Chicago team get a lot of action here. So you'll notice those little half points on game day, especially right leading up the half hour before the game. There's literally half-point edges you can get just betting against the public teams here in Nevada. But as far as the coastal biases, I've seen it a little bit at the beginning of last football season in New Jersey with the Eagles. And I'm sure you still get that with the Yankees.
Yeah.
People love to bet the Yankees. People don't, they love to bet the Yankees. And out here in Vegas, during the big events, like big boxing events too, you'll actually see some bias too, where compared to offshore, and that's why I have to compare it to offshore being the sharper line. You'll see a big discrepancy in lines because the Latinos come in, they love betting on their Latino boxers, where the offshore is getting a mix of sharp money, square money, but that really defines the real true line compared to the Vegas line. You'll see Pacquiao, when Pacquiao fights, you'll see a large Asian or Filipino money coming in here. So you can actually, Vegas is a great place to live, man. You can make so much money, and I don't mean, I shouldn't say so much like giant money, but you could definitely pick off some lines where you should be able to make some money here, just being an average Joe, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's funny too. We have this conversation all the time, Bill. Is it a matter of opportunity for you? In other words, I talk to these guys who I need every bit of information I need right up to the last minute. Like, I can't, what time is it on the clock? Like, they won't place a bet forever until they feel like they have enough data. And then you've got the other school that goes, I like the number. I'm betting it. There we go. Good to go. Whatever happens, happens. We move on. I mean, is there an advantage to one way or the other? Are we too analytical these days, you think, sometimes when it comes to profiting in sports betting?
That's a very good question, and it's something that I probably haven't been asked a lot in the past. So, very good. Analytics definitely falls into play. What me and my guys do, and we definitely use that. However, you said the point of the question was bringing it right up to game time.
Right.
There's a certain point that a game becomes profitable out here in Vegas. Maybe the opening line wasn't. But I'll just go back to that New England Patriot thing. And I really don't bet a lot of NFL, by the way. My bets are mostly college sports. I do some NFL totals. I mean, I honestly don't know anyone that beats NFL sides. Long term, I don't know anyone.
Exactly.
I don't care. Listen, I know it's the fun. It's the greatest thing to bet on. People love to bet on NFL sides. They love to bet their home team. They love to bet their. I'm telling you that it's almost impossible to beat the NFL. I'm telling you that. And I've worked with I've worked with so many professional groups in the past, and every one of them have tried to beat the NFL. It's very, very tough. But going back to what you said, when that square money comes in, they just bet what they bet, and they're going to bet it no matter what without even shopping the line.
Right.
That helps me. That helps me sometimes. It creates a bet where a bet wasn't. I do bet on the NFL. I do. But I can't ever tell my friends to bet on the NFL because, or people that follow me, because they can't get the line I can get.
Right.
If you're at Stations or William Hill here in town, a very square books, you're going to get +8 on a game that's literally -7, -15 at some other books, but you'll get +8 because it's the Patriots, that extra point going through the key number of 7.
Right.
I mean, it's positive VV in the end.
Right.
So I do some last minute betting, but most of my betting on college sports and stuff, I'll bet a lot of that stuff early in the week. College football totals, I'll bet them as soon as they come out.
That's
Wednesday,
it.
Thursday.
Yeah, you get your number, you're good to go, you place the bet, and whatever happens, happens, and you move on. Bill Krackomberger joining us here via the Miami Acura hotline, crackwins.com. Make sure you check him out. And Bill, I gotta tell you, man, you and I were talking a little bit off air here, some funny stuff. Gambling Twitter, brother. It is, it's kind of a necessary evil in this day and age. Social media, it's either you get with it or you don't. But there is some very good uses for it. There's actually a lot that can be gained by utilizing it and embracing it. But on the most part, gambling Twitter has got to be the most miserable place I have ever seen in my entire life. There are so many people so unhappy that are supposed to be, and you wrote a great article on this, man. At the end of the day, sports betting, and we should all remember this, is about having fun, man. That's what it's all about. I mean, life itself is about having fun, but you should never take yourself too seriously. But, I mean, when it comes to sports betting, the best in the industry, Bill, fail 45% of the friggin' time. Like, what other industry can you fail that often and be rich? But more importantly, being rich without being happy. What the hell good is it, Bill? Why is gambling Twitter so damn miserable, man?
It's really amazing that you bring this up, though. And I did write that article. It was for Gaming Today. I write an article every week for Gaming Today. It's just basically a street smart article on, I don't have a degree in journalism. I have a degree in hard knocks. I mean, I just try to write about stuff exactly like this. And I really don't take part in gambling Twitter. I really don't read Twitter too much. I just respond to people that say things to me, or I even have my DMs on. I talk to people, man. That's what I do. My wife gets mad at me because she says I'm addicted to Twitter, but I just try to help people. That's what I do. So when people take shots at me on gambling Twitter, you just block and go, and then just block them and go, because the problem is one big giant word: anonymity. Everyone there is posting under, a fake name or a stage name, and, it's like they would never talk to your face this way. It's only the way they talk to you behind the guise of the safety of their computer in their basement, But however, there are some good guys in gambling Twitter too that try to help people like myself. I take the time to help people, and and try to spread some of the things I've learned off my 25+ years. But you're right. It just seems to me like everyone is so miserable. They can't wait to knock somebody. They can't wait to go crazy on somebody, or they never. But yet they never talk about the good things or the fun things, or I have a friend. I wrote my article last week in Gaming Today about a friend of mine that he's a giant bettor, and he sold his company for $87 million. He's got a lot of money now, and he literally was a square bettor before I met him. I tried to help him a little bit. He got thrown out of his local guys, and I wrote the story about how now he's like so shocked that he that he was thrown out, because he said, "Oh, my guys will never throw me out. My bookmakers are my friends. I've been friends with him for years." So I try to share that story with people, because that does go on. And don't think your bookmaker is your friend. And let's face it, still most of the gambling in this country is done with an illegal bookmaker. So let's not just think that all these corporations are taking the sports betting away from the bookmakers. So. But they try to just say, my bookmaker, he's my friend. I've known him for years. I go to bars with him. Of course you do. You lose. Of course you go to bars with him and you get dinners and everything else. But anyway, just something. I don't mean to go off track.
No, but it's a miserable place, man. And I don't understand, because, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Bill, because maybe I'm missing something. I could. I get stuck in these studios all damn day, but it's not Bill versus Joe or Bill versus Jeff or whoever. Aren't we all collectively trying to beat the damn book? I mean, isn't there a clearly defined enemy here in this equation? And it's not you and I, brother. It's the one who's taking the money we're trying to get it from, isn't it?
Most of those people that are I post under Bill Krackomberger. They're posting on their RX 195. So most of those people that are posting this stuff, they honestly hate themselves, because they can't win. They're upset at themselves, so they have to take out the misplaced rage on someone else. And I'm not saying me, because to be honest with you, I really don't get that much bad stuff. Like I said, I try to help people. I mean,
right.
Especially if they have problems with their books or problems with their something going on. I try to tell them the value of correlated parlays, the value of 3 and 7. They're, the value of some. It's almost like some basic strategy stuff, but however, a lot of people don't know about it. So I try to help those people, and I'll even go on and get involved in some of those threads sometimes. But I really don't, because it's such a negative. Yeah. It's such a negative feeling being involved with all that negative talk, and everyone around you talking this bad stuff about this and that and this and that. I'd rather try to help beat the man instead of beat each other up. Yeah,
because the man is the guys. It's us. There's a clearly defined line drawn in the sand, and it's everyone who bets versus the book. So if you're on the book side, the whole point is collectively together. I think if knowledge is power, Bill. It's one of the things I love, and I've adopted here on the show. Is the more knowledge I have, the better chance I have of being profitable. And you don't want to be the smartest dude in the room. Find another room. And we have that opportunity through places like gambling, Twitter, and social media. But so many people make so much noise and spend all that time being so damn miserable. You've been through the ups. You've been through the downs. You got great weeks. You got bad weeks, Bill. All in all, man, if you had to do it all over again, man, are you having fun? Are you having fun doing what you do?
I could never, ever, ever do what I have done in the last 25 years if my parents could have afforded to send me to college. Thank God they didn't. That's all I can say.
There you go.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yep, and that's what it's all about. Because if you ain't having fun, but I don't care what it is you do or how much money you make, at the end of the day, there's a price we all have to pay. So, tomorrow's promised to nobody. Why not have a little bit of fun today? Bill Krackomberger joining us here. And you mentioned books, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you this. I've been hearing a lot of noise, too, that not only, like we said, Vegas's days are numbered because of what's happening in other states, in Jersey and so on and so forth, but I'm hearing the same thing about the local bookie, that with mobile betting now and Jersey, you got 13 or 14 apps, that the local bookie is somehow going to be a thing that is in the past, that we're going to have to rent a DVD to learn about them here in the next 10 years. Is the demise of the local bookie, are we a little premature on these guys going away?
The New York Post, when sports betting was passed, last night. New York Post had on the cover about this could be the end of the mafia. I laughed because they obviously don't know who the mafia is. They don't know who the sports books and bookmakers. They don't know what they do, obviously, because here's what happens. The people that are new to sports betting, or the people that are betting on their apps, have to post up their money. So what happens in the end is they're going to go broke. They're going to say, man, I can't believe I have the money to bet on this weekend's games because I went broke. And they're going to go to their local bar, their local pool room. They're going to find someone that's a bookmaker. And they are brand new to this industry. They're brand new to that bookmaker. And they're going to be able to bet on credit is what they're going to need to do. Now, even though they may have trouble because they can't pay right away, the bookmakers in the end are going to be just fine. Trust me, because they allow that credit aspect, which these sports books, these jurisdictions do not have. So there won't be no collection cups for me outside for the local bookmakers. That's for sure.
Now, conversely, there, Bill. The paperhead phenomena all over the place. Everybody and their mother wants to be. Everyone hears the stories. Wow, look at how much money the books make. Well, I want to be the book, and we got these guys for very cheap, and you know exactly the kinds of places I'm talking about. Go get your own app, go get your own login, and voila, you're a bookmaker. Words of advice for those people who think they're just going to open up a book and have a good time doing it.
It's funny. If you have $500 in your pocket, you could send it to an offshore site now, and you can get your own accounts, and you can get your own. You can get your own site. You could. Yeah. It could be Bet with Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, betwithjoe.com. Anything.
Yep.
You could bet your own, and they'll create your own skin for you, and now you're a bookmaker. Well, on both sides of that, it's bad. One, it's only a 4.5% hold, so it's not the best business to be in if you're not well funded. Two, on the other side of that is you have to be careful playing with these guys. They're brand new. I've been stiffed by more bookmakers. I can't even tell you. It's the exact opposite today. With the paper heads, I literally have been stiffed for so much money that I stopped. I stopped betting the local guys because they don't pay.
Right.
It's the opposite. The players aren't supposed to pay. The bookmakers don't pay today because they don't know they're a bookmaker. They don't even know what a bookmaker is. So it's a subject it's a very good subject. You're absolutely right. I mean, their paper heads have taken over the industry. And I understand if you're a bookmaker, I understand why you would want a paper head. You don't have to sit by the phone every night, taking bets, writing action down. Now you have a service offshore that can do it for $10 a person and $10 a week, and they write all your business for you. All you do is get your numbers at the end of the day, the end of the week, whatever it may be. I understand the need for it, and I actually understand why they would do it. Now they're freed up to go without their family. Their wives aren't on top of that. And what are you doing again? You spend no time with me. Listen, I understand the need for it, but it definitely created a whole bunch of stiffs.
Yeah. And it did. So the bottom line here, I think the lesson here, guys, at the end of the day is if you are new to betting and you're looking for a book and you got to do your homework. Like with anything else here, Bill, in this day and age of Google and everything else, there's no reason to have to go into anything blindly on either side.
Definitely. You can listen. Sports betting is inevitably in the next 5 years going to be in almost every state. So, and it's in. I think we have 14 now. So I mean, it's coming. It's coming to a state near you for sure. So, but however, you just can't fall into that trap of when you lose your money, automatically run to get a credit account and betting over your head, because that's easily what you'll do. So
one more question for you, and Bill Krackomberger joining us here, and I can't thank you enough for taking the time, man. It's I wish there are guys in this industry, Bill, that they're having fun, they're making their money, they're doing their thing, and really what they want to do, because you see the writing on the wall, you know where this industry is going. It's already $1 billion industry. And it's only going to get more powerful and more powerful as we go along here. But unfortunately, as this industry grows, so does the amount of shit we have to waft through, certainly on social media and other places, where we've got these so-called experts that are popping up who are the thing that I noticed right away about a year ago when the Supreme Court stepped in and was like, all right, let's legalize this thing. I could not believe the amount of people, especially on social media, who never lose a fucking bet, Bill. Never seen anything like it, man. They go 90%. They're 90-10. Like, I can't believe it. But don't let those people deter you or make you with a very broad brush paint everybody in the industry who is doing whatever in the business, but if they're trying to help and provide information, don't paint everybody with the same BS brush. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, do your research. You know, these, like I said on Action, there's a bunch of snake oil salesmen in Charlotte and coming out of the woodworks now with the legalization of sports betting. I've seen it on billboards, where someone took a billboard out on the Atlantic City Expressway. Tired of losing, call my number. Like, you know, it's really it's you know, you have to have common sense. You have to know that, you know, these guys are brand new to it. They're popping up. They're only posting how they did lately or whatever it may be. It really is. It's buyer beware. It's a buyer beware market.
And it's like anything else.
Really
Listen, you're not going to hire, and I say this all the time, hey, I get arrested, right? Like, oh, crap, I need an attorney. I'm going to do a little bit of work on figuring out who my attorney is. I'm a guy that works a 50-hour-a-week job. I got kids. I got a wife. I got responsibilities. But you know what, Bill? I want a little action, but I don't have time to dive into analytics. Like, I don't have time to sit there and spend 40, 50 hours a week breaking down games. There's no sin and there's nothing wrong with finding somebody who does have that time, like yourself or whoever, and go, you know what, man, point me in the right direction. Like, I'd like to get my fix on here. I'd like to make a few bucks this weekend. What am I doing? There's nothing wrong with that business model, is there?
Hey, listen, if they lose for you, then you go, you don't subscribe to them no more.
Right.
That's all. I mean, listen, it's just like you're going to lose. You would have lost the money anyway on your own if you know. But now I'm not saying that that's a good thing to do, though. I'm just saying, like, in other words, if you're going to spend $100 on a month's worth of picks or something,
mm-hmm.
just it's worth $100 just to see how they do. Track them. Don't even bet the stuff. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
I mean, see how they do it. If you like what they do, of course. You said it right. You don't have the time to put all that work in. You don't have the time to put all that research in. So you pay someone for else. Don't they have stockbrokers all the time giving tips? Don't they have? Isn't that a whole industry in itself? Or isn't there the Motley Fool, all these other big companies out there that are offering tips and all? You know, these things you read, these football journals. Everyone has a football journal now that they come out with. I've seen 4 of them on the market. I've seen 4 of them in my newsstand. You know, everyone's got a book on that they do with stats and stuff like that. It's all stuff that, you know, it could be profitable. You have to track it yourself.
Right.
You know, just look at it and track it. I mean, listen. I was against touts. I was against them for years. I'm still against 99% of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, what we do listen, I'm terrible at self-promotion, Joe. I told you that before the show. What we do is we have a lot of different. My app that I have, I spent a lot of money to create it, and it's 95% of it's free. You can read all my articles there. Yes, there is a pay aspect of it, but hey, the stuff you're paying for, you can guarantee after you see it and see the lines move, you're basically part of a syndicate. I mean, unlike anyone else that sells games. I mean, there is a couple of them I know that sell games. There's like maybe 1 or 2 that lines do move. But, you know, listen, I'm going to move the line because I know that the line is wrong, and in the end, I'm going to get the money. Right. So if you have long-term goals to make money in this, then you join someone like me.
And that's ultimately it, is that you have to do your homework. Don't just sit there and go, well, everyone's a POS and everyone. Guys, there are, believe it or not, I mean, you got to sift through the crap there. I mean, the waters are muddied here, and they're only going to get crazier as this expands. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, there are some really great guys in this business doing the right thing for the right reasons, making themselves money, helping other people make money. And like we said, Bill, it's not you versus me, brother. It's all of us against the books, man. I think the sooner we all get on that page, the sooner we might all, take a deep breath. Don't be so angry on gambling Twitter. Like, we're all here to help each other, and that ultimately is what it is about at the end of the day. Makes us all good human beings, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's only a couple of us on my side of that. As long as they're posting under anonymity, there'll never be like a unified gambling Twitter.
Yeah, unfortunately, and the states are all going to do their own thing. So it's hopefully there'll be some sort of uniformity when it comes to the states, because the other fear that we got, Bill, is you go from Nevada, you go over to Indiana. Everybody's rules are different. The game is different. Hopefully there'll be some sort of uniformity here across the country, or is it better off just letting the states handle their own crap?
Honestly, I hope the gaming control boards in each state researches what they want to police. If you want to police the industry, I hope you do your research and realize that what you're policing. Because if you let the sports books dominate and tell them what the rules should be, then you're in trouble. And I mean by throwing people out, by banning winners. Or by doing unethical things, to maybe taking live wagering. And let's just face it, cheating at live wagering, which goes on rampantly right now, believe it or not.
That's right.
You get put in a queue. Your line gets denied based on a basket going in, or if it doesn't go in. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that's still very shady. But then, going back to your point, how can they police it? A new gaming jurisdiction. Let's use Illinois.
Right.
Well, right now their gaming board members they don't even they don't even know what 11 to 10. How are they going to police live wagering? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Hopefully they do some research, and I'm hoping New Jersey is going to be a little bit stricter on that too, because what a couple of the books are doing with the live wagering is just sickening to me. Sickening.
At Bill Krackomberger on Twitter, guys. Yes, he does check it. Don't listen to him. He's on there. He tunes out all the negative crap. All right. If you're going to be negative Sally, you can kiss our ass. He ain't going to bother with you there. At Bill Krackomberger, make sure that you're following him there. You getting ready for the second half of baseball, Bill? You dabbling in baseball? I know you're a big basketball guy. I know you love college football and such, but
I'm more into doing some. Believe it or not, I'm doing some. I can't wait for the next three. I can't wait for 3 weeks from now. Preseason football was so profitable last year. So I get some great information on that. It's 3 weeks away. August 1st I think is the first game.
Are you a fan, brother? Did you ever grow up? I mean, like, are you a fan? How hard is it for you? I mean, do you have a team, brother, that you won't, that sometimes you'll just look at and go, I can't bet them, bro, because I can't separate?
Absolutely never. I never have been either. Maybe I was a little New York Mets fan when I was a kid, but I have no allegiance to anyone except for my bankroll. I couldn't care about the individual teams or even the players. I just want to win money.
Love it, man. I love that. That's a great lesson for everybody to grab around, man, and understand that. Okay, you like the Yankees? That's great. Be like you and your bankroll more, Bill. I think that's more important, isn't it?
It's the old Bronx Tale thing, talking about the Yankees. The kid walks in, Colodro walks in, and the mob guy, Chaz Palminteri, says, "You're crying about Mickey Mantle? See if your father can't pay the rent. See if Mickey Mantle will pay the rent. Why should you care about him? He don't care about you. There's not a single NBA player or anyone in any league that's going to help you out. Why should you care about them?"
Love that. All right, so you're getting ready. You got preseason. What else you got going on here over the next couple of weeks? You just gearing up towards that?
The summer league. The summer league's been good so far. Done some summer league basketball. Some WNBA.
What are some markets on those, Bill? What are you finding there? Are there some holes there? I mean, or is it just? I mean, obviously the limits are going to be a little bit lower, obviously, on things like the WNBA and the summer league. But what are the markets like you finding?
So there is definitely markets for the summer league. I mean, you look at the lines today. There's 10 games today, and I mean literally every single sports book here in town has lines on these games, and you can actually get down on them too.
Wow!
And once you bet them, they move too. They really move. So I've seen some of those ones that involve China were moving like crazy. So
yes. 19 points. What would they get? 19, yeah, I think, last I saw. Yeah, what are you out of your mind? Yeah. It's a country.
Yeah, I know. So,
yeah, no.
But yeah, no, you can get down on them, and there is some movement, there's some sharp play and sharp movements toward game time on them, and I'm actually betting them right now. I'm betting some of that stuff, and I'm definitely still betting some WNBA. So it's fun. It's fun.
You do any futures? I mean, Bill, are you a future guy? Do you like waiting and having other people hold your money, or are you just somebody?
Last year, I had some good edges. I had some good edges last year on the NFL futures. I didn't bet any this year yet. It's just, there's probably better ways to spend your money. Now, you could bet over/under on season wins. I kind of like that because it gives you something to root for the whole season, and you have a ticket for the whole year. But I'm not real big on betting into pools like who will win the Super Bowl. There's so much juice involved. If you're talking something compared to a 4.5% hold of a daily game, you're talking some of these pools have 20-25% disadvantage for you betting if the Patriots will win the Super Bowl next year. Like it's they're holding your money for 8 months and they're taking 25% out of the pool. So it's really not as good as the individual games. But the over/under season wins, I have no problem with betting them. I just didn't do any this year, but that's the difference for me.
Bill Krackomberger, guys, at Bill Crackman. And I know you got another season of action coming up and all that good stuff there. Folks can count on seeing you at least in a couple of these episodes here. Everyone loves season 1, brother. I know you said you had a lot of fun doing it, so you're looking forward to see where that series goes and what Showtime does with it?
Yeah, I am. I just hope. I think we're going to be okay. You don't want to spread yourself too thin. We kind of covered everything in season 1, so they have some good things up their sleeve for season 2, though. I just hope we can get some of that season 1 back. That's what I hope. It's really season 1, episode 3 and 4. I think is fantastic. I've watched it a couple times myself over and over. It's that good.
It revved up, and then it's exactly correct. Bill Krackomberger, Bill, I can shoot the shit with you all day long, brother. It is an absolute pleasure, man. Anytime. Absolute pleasure. At Bill Crackman, make sure you guys hit him up on Twitter, crackwins.com. Download the app today. Bill, pleasure, brother. Thanks for taking the time, man. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Joe. Take care, buddy.